Jaron is with us in Fort Worth, Texas. Hi, Jaron. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Ken. How are y'all?
Great, man. How can we help?
So I've got a situation. So I've got a 20-year-old F-150 I've had since I graduated high school. And I'm in baby step 2. And I'm spending on average probably $500 to $600 a month in just keeping this truck continuing to go on.
So you about got it broke in, do you?
I got it broke in. I just replaced the tires, put a new battery in it, and not that I'm not mechanically inclined. I don't mind working on the truck. I kind of see it as a half-time hobby.
Sounds like it.
But as much as I'm spending on a truck at $500 to $600 a month, it's hard for me, and I know how you feel about purchasing a new car. And I've been looking at used cars, and I'm trying to see what would be a good used car for me to get into. I know what I need to get into, but I'm thinking that I'm probably going to need to be right around $22,000.
Good Lord!
To get into a new car.
You're driving a $1,500 truck, and you're going up to $22,000.
Well, it's 20 years old.
I know. But what justifies a move from $1,500 to $22,000?
Well, reliability.
You've got to be kidding me.
You're probably right. I am kidding you.
You're really pissed. You are really pissed off about this truck breaking, and you have got truck fever now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to put it.
I don't blame you, but I don't think we're gonna. I don't think the way you punish the truck is by getting one and making yourself bankrupt. So what do you make a year? What do you make a year?
So I'm a self-employed contractor.
Yeah.
So my growth or my net is between 20 to 50. I've got $72,000 in the bank. I'm finishing paying off. I'm on baby step 2. I'm about to finish paying off this $8,000 loan here towards the end of the month. I've got $60,000 in retirement. So
you have no debt except your only debt is $8,000, and you have $72,000 in the bank.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's slow down a minute, because baby step 2, the way that works, Ken, is you take all the money that you don't have in retirement and you pay off your debts. So we're not going to wait till the end of the month. You write the $8,000 check when you hang up. Okay? Now you're debt-free. You're on baby step 3. And we need an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Sounds like $15,000 will cover for that. And so we're going to move
I have $22,000 already in a separate account.
Oh, okay. And on top of the 72.
Yes.
Okay, so you got it. Now I understand a little bit more where the truck fever is coming from. Yeah. Okay. Now we're down to you have your emergency fund funded and you're debt free. Okay. Now we talk about paying cash for a truck, and here's the guideline. 2 guidelines. Well, one of them has to do with being out of debt, so it doesn't apply because you're out of debt. We just took care of that a minute ago. And then the next one is that unless you have a net worth in excess of $1 million, and what you described to me doesn't indicate that, you don't buy brand new, you buy used, and you don't want to buy anything with motors. All the things you own with motors and wheels don't need to add up to more than half your annual income. So what did you pay taxes on income-wise in 2019?
In 2019, I only made $25,000.
What will you make this year?
This year, I'm on track to make over $137,000.
That's all the money in the bank. Okay. So what do you think your average income is going to be for the next 5 years?
My average income for the last 5 years.
The next 5 years.
I would like it for it to be between $75,000 to $100,000.
Okay. So you can buy a $22,000 truck then. I will recant. You don't hear that very often, but I just backed up.
Well, to be fair to you, you didn't know that there were 75.
I didn't know there's $75,000 laying in the bank either.
He's got 64 left over after he pays off the 8,000.
Yeah.
Plus a nice emergency fund.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy a new truck.
No.
I'd buy a 1-year-old one or a 2-year-old one. Let someone else take the butt kicking on the depreciation. And
Right.
but I just reacted to 1,500 to going to 22,000. But yeah, you got your value out of that first one. And I would, as long as here's the trick, okay? We all of us, and you're in the construction business. I grew up in the real estate business. We have a tendency to rationalize purchases of things with motors, and you have to be careful with that. And I thought that's what you were doing, okay? You don't have a history of doing that, but I thought that's what you were doing. And you were a little bit because you're
before I found you.
Yeah, you would have. I mean, because and if you don't look up, you've got because everything that has motors and wheels goes down in value, and
Right.
you can't get rich putting all your money in stuff that goes down in value. It's kind of a basic math thing,
Right.
and so that's where the ratio comes to limit your purchases of things with motors and wheels total to be less than half your annual income, and so. What is your annual? Because they go down in value. If it's got a motor on it or wheels on it, it goes down in value. And so it's okay to buy those things. I've got a bunch of cars and boats and crap, but they all total up to considerably less than half my annual income. And it's not prohibiting me then from building wealth. And that's the principle that you're doing. In your case, now that I got a better picture, I think he's okay to buy a truck. What do you think?
I think so, too. The only thing I challenge him with is he's doing very well. I mean, this is a young man who got his baby steps out of order, but he's going to pay off the $8,000 right now, and now he's in really good shape. He's on, baby step 4, and the kid's already doing that. He's already doing baby step 4, essentially, it looks like, with his retirement. Here's the only thing I challenge him with. I wanted to know why he felt like he needed the truck. And so if he says, well, can I haul a bunch of tools because of the construction nature? I'd look into something my father-in-law has done, very successful. He's got about a $10,000 SUV, and he's got a very nice trailer that keeps its value because he carries all of the tools in the trailer. So if he's so now the value stays the same because the trailer is something that is a piece of equipment that will haul.
Well, a truck on a construction site, it's one thing.
Yeah.
Beat up.
That's it. So I don't know. Does he
So
have
the
to
brand
have a
new
truck?
Silverado going through a mud puddle
Yeah.
is a Chevy commercial.
Yeah.
Out here in the real world, Daryl and his other brother Daryl back a Bobcat up into it.
That's the truth.
Or throw a concrete block in the
That's
back
right.
of it. That's what will happen out here in the real world.